It started on an ordinary Tuesday, like most strange things do. I was 23, living alone in a small studio apartment in the city, trying to carve out a life and pretending I had my life together. It wasn't much, but it was enough. The apartment was a little rundown, the walls thin, and the light in the hallway flickered at night. But it was home. That Tuesday, I was going about my usual evening routine. I'd just gotten back from work, made dinner, something quick and easy, and sat down to catch up on some shows. I was always looking for distractions, something to keep me from thinking too much. I had a tendency to overthink, to get lost in my own head. And I had my reasons. You see, I had a stalker. Well, at least I thought I did. For weeks now, I'd been feeling like someone was watching me. It wasn't just the odd sense of paranoia that comes with living alone. No, this felt different. I would catch glimpses of movement out of the corner of my eye, shadows in the hallway, a slight shift in the curtains when there was no breeze. I would check the peephole in my door. Nothing. The street outside? Empty. It's easy to brush off these things as just your mind playing tricks. But the feeling never went away. That night, as I scrolled through my phone, I noticed something new. A photo sent from an unknown number. The photo was of my front door, the door to my apartment. It was taken from the hallway outside. It was dark, blurry, but unmistakably my door. The message that accompanied the photo read, "I'm watching you." I froze. The blood in my veins turned cold. My heart raced as I stared at the screen. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a random spam message. I could feel it deep in my gut. This was real. I ran to the door and peeked through the peephole. Nothing. Just the empty hallway, dimly lit. No sign of anyone. No movement. I immediately called the police. They said they'd send someone to check, but when they arrived, they didn't find anything unusual. There were no signs of forced entry. The building was secure. They suggested I change my locks and stay vigilant, but they couldn't offer much else. I felt stupid for calling. But something about that message, the photo, it didn't sit right. I changed my locks, put up more security measures, and tried to go on with my life. But every time I turned a corner in my apartment, I felt eyes on me. I would hear faint scratching noises behind the walls, the flicker of a light in the kitchen, the feeling that someone, something, was just behind me, watching. Always watching. A few days later, I got another message. This time, it was a video. The video showed my living room from an angle I couldn't place. The quality was poor, the figure in the video too blurry to make out clearly. But I could see someone standing in the shadows, staring at the camera. And in the background, the reflection of something, someone, standing just behind me. I watched it over and over again, my heart pounding in my chest. I didn't recognize the figure in the video, but I felt it deep in my bones. It was watching me. The figure in the shadows was me. I rushed to the bathroom to look at myself in the mirror, expecting to see the same terror reflected back at me. But when I turned on the light and faced the glass, I saw something else. Someone was standing just behind me, a woman with hollow eyes. She was smiling. I spun around. Nobody there. I checked every inch of the apartment, under the bed, behind the curtains, in the closets. Nothing. No one. But the feeling, the terror, it lingered. The feeling of someone watching me, always there, just outside of my view. The following days were a blur. I couldn't focus. I couldn't sleep. I started seeing her everywhere, her shadow in the corner of my vision, her reflection in mirrors, standing just behind me when I wasn't looking. The woman with the hollow eyes and the smile that never reached her face. One night, after weeks of torment, I decided to confront her. I grabbed my phone and started recording, determined to capture the moment. I walked through every room, checking every corner, every dark space where she might hide. And there in the dim light of the hallway, I saw her again, standing at the far end, just past my front door. She was staring at me, that smile still plastered on her face. I took a step forward. She took a step back. I raised my phone, my hands trembling, and caught her image on camera. But when I looked back at the screen, her face was gone. I dropped the phone. She was standing right in front of me, smiling. I froze. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Then she whispered, "I'm always here." I bolted for the door. But when I reached the hallway, it was gone. The apartment was empty, silent. I've never seen her again, but I still feel her, watching, waiting. The feeling never goes away. It's like she's always just behind me, just out of view. And sometimes, when I'm alone in my apartment, I get a message, a photo, a video, a simple note. "I'm watching you, and I know she's still there, somewhere, watching."